Well, this video needs no introduction, but a simple narration with a credible information. So, let me talk about this, but first of all, you guys should make sure you like this video, share it, okay, and subscribe if you're new. And also, I've told you guys a couple of times now that I've been accepted into the YouTube membership section where you guys can become member of Box Bloated and of course support financially if you want, because I really want to take this stuff to the next level. I want to be showing my face more, but I just don't have the camera mic, the good camera mic, the one I had. I think I bought it for like 50 euros, so it wasn't good. But the one I want to buy is close to 200 euro, which is solid one. The one you use for a real professional interview. So let's talk about this. Prior to Ajagba fighting Iago Kiladze, I got a very interesting message from someone. Person from my state though. And he told me, he said Ajagba is going to get punished by the gods, in his next fight or the next one. I said, why? Why do you think so? Why do you think he will get punished by the god? He said, listen, this guy is going to drop Ajagba and might even stop him because Ajagba has offended the gods. So for me, I'm not really a spiritual person like that. I was born in a Christian family. So growing up, it was always about church and stuff because my dad is a very devoted Christian. So, but I know people around me who are very spiritual. And I wasn't really, I didn't fully believe it until the guy told me and said, listen, if this doesn't happen, if I tell you anything again, don't believe it. But if it happens, talk about it. So it happened. Ajagba got dropped by Iago Kiladze. For the foreigners, it might look like a very simple stuff. But for us Nigerians who believe that something like that can happen, it is not a joke. Ajagba has to apologize to Joshua because he has offended the whole Nigerians. I know it's all social media stuff, but it's time for him to actually show that the good side of him instead of the one we always see hating on Joshua and other Nigerian athletes. Because the guy told me, he said, listen, if Ajagba does not change his ways, he might lose his next fight regardless of who he fights. He has to change his way and become a clean-minded guy. Because remember, Joshua said, clean heart always wins. And Joshua has a very clean heart. Joshua has been through hell. Joshua had his own bad past, but Joshua became a better human being because he felt like becoming something that you ain't really going to help you in the long run. That's why Joshua is loved by all Nigerians, and whoever goes against Joshua goes against possibly 100 million Nigerians. I'm telling you right now. Nigerians 200 million, but I tell you half of them are mainly Joshua fans. You might not see it, but it is, because anyone you call back home, and everyone I've talked to back home in Nigeria, they always have this admiration for Joshua. And the last time I felt that was when Samuel Peter reigned as a world champion. Ike Abuchi didn't get that because he was quite unknown by the public in Nigeria. But Samuel Peter got that. Dick Tiger, if you guys know who Dick Tiger is, the guy that fought the sisters. I think it's 70s or so after the Biafra War, after the Biafra army. So he went to the immigrated to the UK and it became something huge. Dick Tiger got love. He deserved because he became a patriotic Nigerian. Instead of becoming a divisive-minded guy, he became a patriotic Nigerian. That's why he got the love. And Riaki one day got a little bit of love, but not that much. Riaki one day disappointed Nigerians at some point. But Samuel Peter got the most of it. And Joshua has gotten double of the love. So what Ajagba must do is to actually, apologize to appease the gods, And when I mean the gods, I'm talking about the Nigerians that he offended by Joshua. That draw, that knockdown you saw is not an ordinary knockdown. I'm just saying it, but you guys may not believe it. I not believe it now because the guy told me if it does not happen, don't listen to anything I have to say anymore. But if it happens, do something about it. Talk about it. I remember can be aware. I want to first of all go to Emma Tom Tom. I think he is very knowledgeable in this case. We have Ty Ajagba in the house. We have Olajide in the house. Emma Tom Tom, bro, what's up?
I'm right here, bro. Thanks for calling me in.
Uh,
Been good on you.
Thanks for joining us, bro. It's been a while we did this collaboration.
Oh,
So, bro, what do you have to say to this? Like, you just heard my story. It's a true life story, but I can even show
well,
the messages. What the guy wrote me. I just don't want to violate privacy and other stuff. Say, oh, why would you show that? Because he said there's no need for him to. I don't need to make him popular. I just need to say what he said. So what do you think about that? Do you think it's real, or do you think he's just a guy that guessed, or one of those guys that wanted Joshua to wanted Ajagba to lose? Because remember when I did a collaboration with the guys on BBC panel, some of them wanted Ajagba to lose so bad. Could it be that
uh,
that anger has already spread all over the Nigerian youths, or what?
well, the fight between Ajagba and Lako
Iago Kiladze.
Kiladze Kiladze
Iago
was an
Kiladze.
entertaining one. Yeah, it was an entertaining one. I watched the fight, and like you said, that you had pure knowledge of how this fight would go based on the guy that told you. Um, I would not want to say because we are in 21st century
Mm,
and we coming from Africa, African tradition, that we actually have to do away with our own beliefs. You know,
mm-hmm,
our own beliefs as an Africa is very, very paramount. That's why we need to know what we do, so that in one way or the other, don't offend the gods. They still believe there is a life beyond this as an African. We still believe before the advent of the white civilization, African had a way of believing
mm,
and a way our forefathers used to consult the gods to understand the future. Africa had always had the principles that guided them. And sometimes when you violate those principles, you pay dearly for it. So though I live in a civilized society, I also live in a civilized world. That would not make me not to completely forget that when you go out of your way to destroy the way our forefathers believed and put in place for respect, that certain things will still happen to you. I'm not
mm,
going to be so ignorant to say that don't exist, you know. So even Jagba, based on what has happened to him, because he gave a very showcase the best of himself. Even though the fight that happened on Saturday really sometimes open our understanding to see what Ajagba needs to do in order to get to another realm.
mm-hmm.
You know, it was a good taste of his personality and his fight. So I would, I'm not going to rush into saying that had played a significant role to his performance. That I would rather say to Ajagba, you are the love of Nigeria. You are somebody Nigeria loves. And Nigeria loves Anthony Joshua. You know, I understand where you are. If for any reason you have done certain things that would not make Nigerians to stand by you in your fight, You have to mend your ways in whatever you can do and get that love that comes from home. Because that love that comes from home is a love that will see you to be successful. It's a love that will take you to the next realm of your success. Your fight last Saturday was an eye opener to us Nigerians, to us in the world, to see. Even though if you can build up from the fight of yesterday to where you from, and also do the things that you need to do to rise up, that would be awesome. No? I mean, I'll come back for the analysis of the fight. Let me just listen to others and hear the opinion.
Okay, bro. Let's invite Ty in here into this conversation before we actually virtually, invite Alajide in. Ty, what's up, bro?
I'm here, man.
What's up? What's poppin'?
You know, the fights, they were good, man. Good this time.
So, what do you think about this Ajagba offending the gods? Do you believe it? Are you into spiritual stuff? Like for me, I didn't really believe in spirituality, something like that, because even though where I come from, that's what our forefathers believed in. In fact, that's what eventually helped them in the past to defeat the colonial masters, to stay strong or to go to war and other stuff. But for me, it was just maybe stories and other stuff. But what that guy said actually came to pass. Ajaba got dropped. He said it. He told me when he said it. I was laughing at him and saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like Ajaba is not gonna get dropped by Iago Kiladze. Kiladze is not couldn't drop Juju's. How do you think he would drop a monster like Ajagba? But bro, he did with a quick counter right hand that Ajagba never saw coming, and he dropped Ajagba. And not only dropping him, he got him hurt. He was hurt. If that was to be Andrew Regina over there, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Dubois, even though he's young, might be over, bro. So what do you have to say to that?
No, I'm not I'm a spiritual guy. I believe this fight had nothing to do with spiritually. Like I've been saying for a while, Efe Ajagba relies way too much, and he has power.
Mm.
He has that knockout power, but he doesn't have Deontay Wilder knockout. But he relies way too much on that power, and he forgets the rest of his athletic attributes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying to myself, one day this guy, if he's not careful, he's gonna get dropped.
But you ever thought Kiladze would drop him?
No,
Okay, let's keep it real. But
I did
I already knew. I was told by that it will happen.
I did not think it
So
was gonna be this guy.
so this is what I'm saying. I was told it will happen. So this is what I'm saying. Like that's why I have to talk about this, because even though I won't talk about it, we'll just be addressing his weaknesses and other stuff. But I was already told that it was gonna happen because Nigerians are not giving him the love that he should be getting because of the hatred he has for Anthony Joshua. He has. You have to have a clean heart to win nowadays. Why do you think Joshua has love like that? Because he has a clean heart. Is Joshua perfect? Never. Are we forgetting Joshua was convicted for a very bad crime? But what did he do? He changed from from his bad ways to become a good person, and now he's what it is today because he decided to change his ways. Ajaba can do that, but will he do it? I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Continue, bro. Let me know. Interrupt you.
Yeah, no worries, man. But yeah, I was saying to myself, he's gonna get dropped one day if he's not careful. But I want people to realize Jaguar has when he guards and tightens up his defense, pretty good because he has those long arms to cover up his body, and the defense and his guard is very good, you know. But his last fight, it was good fight because he showed his attribute. You know, he was jabbing to the body, jabbing to the head. He has an amazing jab. But I was saying to myself, if he tries to rush a knockout, he had dropped himself. And guess what happened? He got dropped. What people got to realize with what what AJ realized, he got dropped by Andy Ruiz, is that you can't rush knockout. Even when the fighter's hurt, the fighter might be hurt. Don't mean he's tired. He still got that power. But that's exactly what happened to Ajagba when he knocked the guy down. The guy still had power, and Ajagba tried to come in without guarding. Like he saw the guy wobble, you know, instead of him tighten up his guard and walking the jab after a good opening, finish him off. But he didn't. He let his guard down. He tried to go in for the kill, and boom, got countered, knocked Jago down. I really honestly believe that was going to be a knockout for Jagba. He wobbled. What he should have done, what he should have done, stayed on one of his knees, wait till the 6 count, and gotten up. Because if he didn't do that, he got up right away, he would have wobbled and fell towards the other side of the ring. The ref would have called it off. I wish this guy was here too, so I could also tell him careful with that. But neither did, because when he got up against that fight, with last fight, he wobbled. He should have stayed down, waited till the 6 count, and got up. Remember when AJ got knocked down by Andy Ruiz, he didn't get up right away. Stayed on his knee and waited till the 6 count and then got up. If AJ would have got up right away, as soon as possible. But that's what Efe Ajagba should have done. But that's another time. But hopefully his coaches fix that. They fix that right away for him. Tell him he needs to use his other attributes because he's a better puncher, better fighter than Wilder, and it seems like he wants to get used to using the right hand. When punchers forget to use their right hand, when punchers always rely on that power, they will always forget about their other attributes. An amazing boxer, phenomenal technical fighter will get the best of them. That's where I'm going to leave it for the fans.
Thanks, bro. Very interesting. Statement from you. Olajide, are you there? Are you with us or what? Okay, I think Olajide is not there.
He might have it on. Oh no, he's not there no more.
Okay. Emerton Tom.
I'm right here, bro.
What do you think Ajagba needs to do to get the love of Nigeria?
Just has to keep winning the fight. Just have to also amend his ways with Nigerians. He has to explain one or two things to Nigeria, probably call a press conference and speak about what had happened, and then promise Nigerians that he is still loyal to Nigerians and to Nigerian fighters, and he still needs the support of Nigerians. No? And then he has to put his house together and then work on and where he's having lapses, because the last fight, I wouldn't really say exposed him, but the last fight showed the whole world certain flaws that he has, and he has to work on those flaws in order to be a better fighter. It was a brutal fight, and you really discover that he, just like my brother said, he opened up himself too much with his right hand. When he throws the right hand, he doesn't have that defensive mechanism to protect himself. And that was why when he was countered by Kiladze, and that's what happened why he was knocked down. You know? And number two, he could have ended that fight very soon if he had gone onto the body. If you discover that fight, Ajagba did not go to the body of Kiladze at all.
Ajagba is not a body puncher.
Bro,
He should have gone on
look
the
at
body.
this. He's not a body puncher.
It's not. He
It's
doesn't know.
left
And
hand.
listen, we are gonna talk more about that in the next video about Jabba's weaknesses and how he can fix it, whether he got exposed or not. I believe Ajagba was exposed, but we'll talk about that in this topic. Continue, bro.
So it was a brutal fight, and he did not organize his punches. Punches were not sharp. He was absolutely more lucky because a more devastating things could have happened to him. Because every time, and he did not double more on his jabs. He only gave 1-2, 1-2. He didn't go like pop, 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 pop. He didn't go from the body to the top and then return back to the body. He did not set nothing right for the right hand. And then he was just flipping the right hand. Then when he flipped the right hand, he opened himself. And the guy was right there to counter him. Understand me? So those are things. I know we're going to talk about it. If you could, what he needs, call a press conference, speak about it, clear his loyalty back to the country that he grew up his life with, where he can make peace where there was no peace. Ajagba could be unstoppable. A young man I saw yesterday, I saw a young man that has what it takes to rule the world. But you have to rule the world with humility. You have to rule the world with ability to respect the fans that makes you who you are. You are nothing outside the fans, because it's the fans that would prop you up. It's the fans that would pay to watch your fight.
Ajagba does not
You know?
appreciate Nigerian fans. That's the problem right here. And
You
on,
have to
on top of
understand-
that, they did on other Nigerian fathers like Joshua. That's the big problem right here.
Well, if you've heard what we are saying, to have
Which FA? Because
some
I'm
sort
also FA, so you have to say Efe Ajagba, bro.
yeah,
You know,
Efe Ajagba, I mean,
yeah,
you heard
because
what we are
I'm also
saying.
FA. Because I see people say FA this. Please, you guys comment. You guys who always comment below and insult Ajagba. Please, just don't say Efe Ajagba because I'm also FA. Okay, I beg.
We respect you, and you know I would always support you. You know, I always support you. You have the skills to run the war. You are just about maybe 4 or 5 fights to get to where you're going, and you have to show more support to your own route, your Nigerian route. Very, very vital. You have to respect Nigerians that could showcase you and not be envy of your fellow boxer from Nigeria. We loved you, need you to do those things that will make you shine better. And for whatever happened in your last fight, you did very well. You showcased the best part of you. And then, even though there are some flaws, you are still learning that needs to be worked on. And we believe you could put those things together, and then the future will be great for you.
Okay, bro. Thanks for giving your sincere and undisputed opinion. For those of you guys who are watching right now, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share. Like I've said, I've been accepted into the YouTube membership section, so you guys can support financially to help me uplift this channel, and of course, maybe produce more quality content, because I really want to use my camera, but I don't have the main tools that you need to co-join with to actually make it authentic. But we'll see, bro. We'll see, guys. We'll see what happens. So stay tuned for more exclusive content, and subscribe. Cheers, guys.